Ryan Church, Brennan Pearson, and Ryan Messick.
Ryan Church, what are your thoughts on Conference USA? Have you done a little research on the new league? What are you expecting?
I have. I expect us to compete. I mean, I think that the conference is going to be a challenge. I think it's a little bit better conference than the Sun Belt, especially now with the Sun Belt teams coming into the Conference USA, and I think it's going to be a challenge. But I think this team isn't like last year's team, and I think that we're going to compete every day and not let ones get through our fingertips like we did last year.
Brennan, what do you make of the pitching staff as a whole in terms of new guys up front and quite a few veteran guys on the back end?
I mean, I think it's hard to say that we're better than last year because we haven't played a game yet, but from what I've seen, we're a staff that's not afraid to hand the ball off to the next guy and trust what we have, whether it be in the back end or for long relief. We're not afraid to get the ball up to the next guy, which I think is big for a pitching staff to have that faith in the guy coming in and get the job done and get yourself out of the jam that you got him in, basically. So I think that's a big step for us this year.
Ryan Messick, how is your offseason a little bit different knowing that you're going to be working with two new weekend guys and a closer and some different people on the bullpen?
I think you just have to come in to, like when we came in as soon as we got here in August, you just got to learn those guys. You got to learn what they throw, how they like to throw it, what counts they like to throw certain pitches in. You know, John Harmon and Austin King and Ben Morrison all have a whole lot of different stuff that we haven't had here in the past. So you just got to learn everything about those guys and just work with them every day.
Coach mentioned that you can't play 56 games. How do you find that line of being able to play day in and day out, but also giving yourself a rest to make that last push?
I think it's just all about communication. You know, me and Coach Myers, we talk all the time. And if I'm feeling bad one day, I know I can go to him and tell him that, hey, I don't think I can do it today, but I see myself, I've worked hard in the off season, so I think I'm prepared to do whatever the team needs.
Brennan, Coach touched on it a little bit. Will you guys have a little chip on your shoulder being picked ninth, being the new kids on the block?
I mean, it's hard to, like he said, to look into preseason stuff a lot, but I'd be lying if I said we didn't use that as motivation for the season. I mean, we know how hard we've been working for the past, basically 10 months since the guys stepped on campus and what our goals are for this year. I mean, we don't set low goals for ourselves, so I feel like if I said we didn't look at the stuff and take pride in what people think about us, then I'd be lying. But it's one of those deals also where you can't sit there and use that as a reference for our program and the guys that we got on our team and how hard we play and stuff like that. So we're going to use that as almost like something in the end of the season when we're, like you said, making our run as here it is now. So.
Ryan Church, we talked a lot about the pitching and what they're returning or bringing back in, but offensively, with guys like you and Phillip and Anderson in the middle of that lineup, what do you feel? What damage do you think you can do in this conference this year?
I think our offense is second to none, honestly. I don't think there's going to be an offense that gets ran out there that's going to be, you can look at the numbers from last year. I think that we became faster. I think we became more powerful. I think we became more physical. Everything. I know we lost Regan and Scott, but what we brought in with Danny Hadzina played with me at Palm Beach State College, and we bring with him defensively and offensively. I don't know what Skip's thinking, but I think he's going to be a middle lineup guy. And as in Harrison Scanlon and Paul Murray, those are guys that you'll get to know real fast to fill up Regan's shoes. And, you're going to see this year that, we get after it. We're turning singles into doubles and doubles into triples and first to third. And we'll run balls out of the park and we're going to steal some bags. And it's just going to be a lot different. Even though we put up the numbers, our runs weren't where they wanted to be last year and our averages were and stuff like that, but this year it's going to be different. We're going to get what we need to do to win and make sure we get what we need to do to win. So,
Coach Myers talked about maybe Conference USA being a better pitching league than the Sun Belt was. Where's your mindset on that, or how does that change your approach at the plate, knowing that you're going to be facing maybe better top-end pitchers?
I don't think it changes so much our approach to the plate. I know the guys are going to lock in every day, and that's the biggest thing is maybe you won't face that you get in that on that Sunday and maybe that 8th, 9th guy in that bullpen is going to be better. But I think in our bullpen has gotten better. Our 8th, 9th guy have gotten better. So it's really not that big of a deal so much for us. We have so many pieces that can roll out there and get it done from both sides of the plate. I think we have 4 outfielders, 4 righty and 4 lefty or something like that. And our infielders are are all over the place, righties, lefties, and I think that honestly, it's not going to make a difference offensive standpoint. We're just going to get after it and run and try to hit balls as hard as we can and just score as many runs as we can.
Off season, were y'all on a nutritional plan or a different type of training? Because everybody looks like they've slimmed up a little bit from last year.
Well, we actually we were. I mean, people follow it different, which obviously you got guys wanting to put on weight and guys who needed to lose some weight. But with Coach Hall in the weight room, there's never a dull moment in there. No rest time, which that's what we wanted. We wanted to go in there and push ourselves to the limit that to a point where we thought we couldn't do anymore. And I think from what I've seen, there's not many teams that work as hard as we do in that weight room, or outside the weight room on our own. So we got a lot of faith in what he does with us up there, and we think it'll translate to the field.
Ryan Messick, maybe going into a new conference, they don't know much about you as well, but I guess the flip side could be true. You're not seeing teams like Rice or Old Dominion before in a 3-game series. How does that change your approach, I guess, game plan-wise, looking at scouting reports?
I think it's going to be the same as always. Coach Myers, Coach Allen, Coach Dory, they always put together a great scouting report for all their guys. We all go in there and have meetings and stuff about it. So I don't think it's going to change much.
Ryan Church, what's the excitement like for this weekend in terms of starting on the road, starting with 3 good teams and a ranked team right off the bat?
I mean, welcome to 2015. I mean, good God. You got Maryland. I mean, not much time to take a breather. And then Coastal and Canisius. And, I mean, we're all pumped up, though. I mean, we've been waiting for this since we've gotten back. I mean, probably since the fall. I mean, I know a lot of our guys were amped up. It's a different group, man. It's I don't know, that you could just look in everybody's eyes and tell that, I mean, the guys are ready. I mean, it's going to be different. I don't know. We're going to get after it this year. We're going to win a lot of games.
Anything else for the players?
Brennan, with the tournament this weekend, 10 a.m. game, 12:30, 10 a.m. game, how important is that as far as getting beach time, getting those early games in?
Well, believe me, we've been looking at the weather. So the beach time for us is going to be really limited, according to what the weather guy says. But, I mean, it's hard not to get pumped up when you go to the beach, whether it's cold or not. But those 10 a.m. games early in the season, I mean, especially first weekend, I mean, it's going to feel like a night game for us. We're going to be all fired up, ready to go. And, I mean, getting loose and getting stretched out, I don't think it'd be an issue for us, especially for the first weekend.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.